Hi, it's Hollowmaster, and we're back with another part of Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. So, as you can see, we are back in our command camp. I did have to sell a couple things, and I did level Social's mythic tier, and then I did have a little short, just a random NPC come up to me and say that the queen wanted to talk to me, so she is back in disguise. So that's what we're gonna do first. So, oh, actually, she's probably not in the commander's tent, actually. Let's go outside. And we also might rest because we're already fatigued. So, where is it that we need? Oh, over here by Ulbrig. So she is going to be disguised until we get to Dresden. So let's talk to her. Queen Galfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito, along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Curtrain, an old friend of yours. I am a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Nevia to sniff me out, the queen chuckles. Okay, so we have some options. So why'd you decide to join the crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I am quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. The queen smiles, but then grows serious. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomade. It is not in my nature to sit in a place with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, a crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I am curious to see my new knight commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join the crusade? Your presence will boost the soldiers' morale. I am glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen at my side. I wanted to know you better. Surely you know how intriguing you are. Or is it fair for you to send us to our deaths while you stay safe in the castle? I don't like a single one of these options. I think Fable, who doesn't have really any memories and only knows what has happened since she woke up in Canabras, would probably just say, I'm glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen at my side, because she doesn't really know anything other than what people have told her, especially like Irabeth. So we're gonna just go for that one. That's a fair enough motive. The camaraderie of combat, fighting shoulder to shoulder. For a warrior, such things are priceless. We have lots of options now. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends, but what about the other Queen Galfrey, the ones that historians and bards cannot see? How does it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? Why did you entrust me with Dayrin? You've given an army and the title of knight commander to a stranger. Why? Or I need more soldiers to take Dresden. I guess we'll do the second one. She smiles faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden, but she has not lost her passion, and she will make feathers fly when the time comes. Mendev is lucky to have such a queen. I am twice as lucky, for she has agreed to fight by my side. I look forward to working closely with you, and who knows, maybe feathers won't be the only thing flying. It's good to see you're still so full of life, despite your advanced age, or I thank you for your answer. We'll just say I thank you for your answer. The queen nods curtly. How does it feel living so long? I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priests determined that it was needed in these dark times, both as ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted their decision and the great responsibility it entails. So why did you entrust me with Dayrin? Queen smiles. I saw a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson, and I just couldn't resist it. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There is nothing more disgraceful for a Mendevian nobleman than to be discharged like that. Dayrin Arende, the queen shakes her head. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady, Selena? Selena? I don't know. Was one of the most gracious people I have ever met. She was amicable yet decorous and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are, on the whole, highly practical and only useful for forming alliances, but Countess Arende managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I am quite pleased you decided to keep him on your company, as your companion. There is a small chance that once he has a true taste for the crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. We kind of already asked this, but like I'll ask it again. Because for 100 years I have protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I have tried every right and rational method. The queen affords herself a brief, grim smirk. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomede's angels. My goddess's herald created the wardstones for us. We have tasted victory more than once, but we have failed to close the whirlwind. And for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You are the savior of Canabras. Hundreds of people saw its power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It's the sign they've awaited for decades, a sign of all loyal hearts and followers of Iomade. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects. Thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I had no choice but to give it wings. You called it the sign they've been waiting for, but I take it you're reserving judgment? Your question seems to catch Iomade off balance. A strange spark flashes in her eyes. When Eridan perished and Iomade took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore her church from the ashes left in the chaos by Eridan's death. Since then, I have served the inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe that I have earned the blessing of my goddess. The queen's voice is surprisingly ardent. After I learned what happened in Canabras, when I met you at the Defender's Heart, I had so many questions. Is it true that what happened was Iomede's work? I worship Desna! No! Why did she give this power to someone unknown rather than one of her most loyal followers? Could it be that my faith has grown weak and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they are happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow testing me? These doubts were like poison. But I refused to let them poison me. The queen finishes strong. I gave you an army, declared you knight commander, and accepted you as I would anyone chosen by the goddess. I feel like when I play Inquisition, I always play as a Dalish elf. And they're like, you're the Herald of Andraste. And I'm like, I don't even believe in her. Leave me alone. At least in this, like in Pathfinder, like Iomade exists. So, you know, she could hypothetically choose someone that doesn't worship her and to bestow powers to them. But Fable's probably like, girl, if anyone's giving me power, it's Desna. I don't really want to say that, so I'm just gonna say I must go. So, I think I want to take a little nap because it doesn't really matter. Like, there's not really any hard timers anymore. Obviously we don't want to take too long, but okay. I think we are gonna rest and get everyone back up. I wonder what Horgus needs such a huge mansion for. Does he ride from room to room in a carriage? Does he just like the echo? A learned lady from Absalom once told me of a little thing called psychological compensation. If one is lacking in a particular area, one tries to exaggerate another. One's ego, typically. Mansions and carriages are next on the list. That's funny. Especially coming from Dayrin. He's like, not me though. I'm built different.
Watch your back.
Alright. Let's go ahead and head out, and we'll see what we're gonna do. We gotta do some army stuff next, I think, and hopefully get the general that I want. And then we're gonna bring Sela again. Okay, yeah, because we need to go to the Houndheart's camp too, and then this is Albrig's. Couldn't remember his name. That's Albrig's quest. Okay. Please. How do I... Let me think. I think I'm gonna have this army keep moving. We're gonna have this army go fight these demons anyways. That was annoying. It's fine. We need to recruit. Crusaders stumbled upon a group of ragged and exhausted scouts. Okay, they joined the commander's forces. We got 350 finance points. Oh, so these are the people that joined, so the rangers. Aha! This is the one I want. Scorching Ray. Peak. Recruit. Yes. Okay. So, where is he at? This is this army. Where's my other army? All the way up there. Where's this one? Also all the way up there. We're gonna move him there. So, now we are going to have this army. It only has 3 more movement for the day. So, that's all we can do for right now. So, we're going to switch back to us. So, we are going to go to the Houndheart's camp. It is not unknown. We were just there. Oh, a random encounter. Oh. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Galarian. So common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from the rifts in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all that the whirlwind is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even after the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its border. Why? Perhaps they instinctively understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and her army walk up the high bank of the West Selen River, where the draws near the border of the world wound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over the sharp edges and the sickening bends, the shape of Mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. The soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon her back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, is the ruler of Mendev standing, watching the new commander closely. The commander gives a signal to wait and climbs up to the highest point on the bank. She decides to. So we can look around first. We can diplomacy for the soldiers to boost their morale. We can athletics to set an example and lead the march. Let's look around. There is a strange movement in the sky. Black clouds twist into funnels and turn a sickly yellow. The brooding storm is on the side of the river, ahead of the army. Avoiding the strange phenomenon will be hardly possible. The commander decides to. So, I think I'm going to address the soldiers to try and boost their morale. We succeeded. Establishing rapport with her troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose faith and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the Worldwound, the commander seeks to establish herself a military leader on this new battleground, and her efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the Whirlwind has reached out a finger onto the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then another cloud comes to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, and ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration of each other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army only loses a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. The first encounter with the Whirlwind has ended in their favor, so we get a +10 to our current morale. I'll take it. So that's what we can see up here. So our morale is high. So if our morale ends up going low, it will have negative impacts on our army. It never ends up being anything crazy, mostly just annoying, but I'll take it. So we're gonna go into the Houndheart's camp. We're gonna quick save. And this is for Sela with her friends that we met in Canabras.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Okay, some loot. Finally, we're here. Elon and Curl must be around here somewhere, and Jana too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Elon of the Houndhearts. Greetings, Sela, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Elon puts his hand behind his back and bows slightly. Then he casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than the day he met you at Defender's Heart. Jana puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Elon is feeling a little shy. He thought he could ask for help from a couple nobodies like us, and now you've turned into the saviors of Canabras, Knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Iomede's blessing. And you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Haha. Sela frowns a little. Let's not talk about it. I assure you, I'm the same Sela, your friend from the League of the Cart. We came to help you look for Elon's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us. Said an old wound was acting up. Alright, my friend, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I don't really feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. So, what does the ring look like, and where should I look for it? The last time we saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler, he's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. A trinket worth several months' pay, Elon? The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls fried rats like we do. Save yourself a lot of trouble. Lan. Is there something wrong? Am I making you nervous? The young knight is obviously embarrassed. I apologize. Jana is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabras. Some things for the better, some not at all. He stops short, apparently unwilling to elaborate. Alright, off we go. Jana and I will look around the northern side. We'll see you when we find something or when we give up trying.
Always watch your back.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Some deer? Cute little fellows.
I found
Some more stuff.
something.
Let's come up here. Oh, Knowledge World.
Trivial.
Horn Flag of the Houndhearts, a small but noble order of crusaders. Well, a lot of stuff over here. Whoa. Hello. A little fellow. A Quasit. A small Quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It holds a shiny object in its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine. Mine. Elon, look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons tend to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it has any senses of real threat. Let's surround it and attack it all together before it can figure out what's happening. It color sprayed them? That's rude. Mine! The Quasit throws its paws in the air and splashes you with a beam of color. You hear insolent giggling. The demon is jumping up and down, throwing the ring into the air and catching it. Mine! Mine! Elon, Jana! They're alright. They'll come around. Quickly, Fable. Let's catch the little rascal before it runs off with the ring.
Careful now.
Get over there. Hey, where are you going? Mine. Mine. You can't catch me, you silly, weak tiefling. Hey, where'd it go? Ooh, I don't think Wildriff probably has that prepared, because I'm an idiot. That's okay.
Don't mind me.
I forget. Oh, hey. Let's all start walking around, please. I think I just have to click on something again over there. The tent has been cut open from the inside. Apparently someone left in a hurry. Oh, come and get me. You're too slow. It's fun to play. There he is. Give me the ring, you scoundrel. Before Elon manages to get the Quasit, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quiet out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it. Curl, what are you? Oh. Elon almost killed that man. Sela stopped him. Thrusting herself between Elon and Curl, Sela barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Elon, stop. Have you gone mad? He's using a summoning spell. Why did you stop? Some lovely prey has just stepped into my trap. No, Elon, Sela, help. Damn it, I didn't sign up for this. Whoa, did Janet just run away? Get ready, we're on our own now. Okay, so we've just got some babows and then the closet.
Out of my sight.
Cover me.
Miss. Girl.
They don't know how fragile they are. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh, they had the horse.
Cover me, all right?
We'll do. Leave Darren alone. He's just a little guy.
The light, take you.
We can Bane. We have like 12.
Stab their backs.
That's more like it, Fable.
Clawing time.
Elon's crushing it over here.
You won't survive me.
He's mad. I'd be mad too. His friend just stole his engagement
This is my
ring.
chance to run.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The inheritor, guide my blade.
I will see to your demise.
Why is Fable so low?
I'll loot your corpse.
They better start running. Endure this.
Elon, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in redemption of scoundrels, Elon scoffs. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better to let a thief escape than cut down the innocent. So we can say, Elon, think. Sela was defending someone she thought was her friend, and she stopped you from doing something you might regret. You two need to calm down. You're both right in your own way. And anyway, what's done can't be undone. Or lawful, so you willing to let a traitor bring demons down on our heads just to keep your conscience clean? Get serious, Sela. We're gonna do the neutral one. We're lucky no one died in today's little brawl, but who knows where Sela's naivety? I can never say that word. Might lead one day. Do you hear me, sister? You're not just another knight. Whatever you do may have terrible consequences. You clearly have something to say. Go ahead, spit it out. Sela, I didn't want to say this, because I think of you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them, even that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer, a knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You've received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happens next was wrong. They began to worship you. The queen gave you such vast power, and while you sidestepped everything, training, experience, hardship, this is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly, and now much good has this brought Mendev. I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way you, Sela, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like 1,000 of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. Elon pauses, as if reluctant to continue, then looks you in the eyes. I wanted to tell you the same thing, Commander. So lawful, you're right to an extent, Elon, but I didn't choose my lot, and I'm just trying to fulfill my duty as best I can. Chaotic, so if I understand you correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position. Or what's the point of dwelling on things we can't change? I have this power and I'll use it as I see fit. I do like the lawful option for once, so we are gonna say that one. I apologize for my harsh words. The knight lowers his head. I said it to Sela, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you have been given. It may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to danger here. Now at least we know that Curl is a traitor and Channa is a coward, ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Tiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Elon makes no attempt to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. Sheila watches as he leaves. Her expressive eyes are filled with sadness. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Fable, let's go back, and I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. Yeah, that sucks.
The mongrel did it.
And, like, poor Elon, he just wanted a... Hey.
My tail is
He
restless.
just wanted a,
Might be trap, might be treasure.
a ring for his girl.
Precisely.
He got no ring and no friends. Okay, let's mobility back up. Get these things.
Pretty good, aren't I?
I think we've pretty much checked everything. And it's different from the rest. There's a strong burnt smell coming around it and a rustling sound coming from within. Well, that's not good.
They will break
Oh,
against
some
our
brimmeracks.
resolve.
Oops. That's okay.
Make every strike count. Assist me at once.
I should have known.
Your death awaits.
Distract them from me.
Into the fray.
They don't know how frightful they are. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Easy.
Always
I don't know
watch
if
your
that was
back.
quite worth it, but we did it. Okay. Otherwise, I think we've pretty well checked everything, so we'll just go ahead and go to the exit. So that sucks. And then Janna just dipped. She was like, nope. And those were just regular demons. Not even like real ones. Okay. Let's check this. Okay, so the army can move again. So what we want to be doing is having our army clearing the path for us and taking out like these things on the way. That way we are able to continue. So let's go this way. Nightingale Grove. Here, we'll go that way. So that's something that we have to go to. Okay, gonna quick save, and then we'll take on this army. So we have a commander now, so you can see he can do Scorching Ray. So you get to just have him take an action, which is usually very strong. Oh, and he got inspired because our morale's high, so he got to attack twice. And I'm gonna have this guy come up and attack this side to try and start getting rid of that many on that side. Because like I said, the less there are of something, the less damage they're gonna do. So depending on the enemy, sometimes it's better to kind of like get all of them lower at the same time instead of taking out one at a time. That way you'll still have multiple enemies to face, but they'll all be doing a lot less damage than like one who has like a bunch of damage still. Do that, I guess. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, so now we have a general, so we have an infirmary, so I will show you once we get back to this main screen. So we got some finance points for that. So our infirmary, where is that? There's a stat somewhere, but basically our infirmary size is the amount of like units that we can lose in the combat that will come back to us after the combat. So they basically just need to like take a long rest, for example, and then they'll be back. If our infirmary size was 50 and we lost 51 soldiers, then 50 of them would be replenished, one of them would be lost permanently. So that's how that works. Unfortunately, we did our resources for the week, so that is all we can do. We definitely don't want to go for that level 4 army, so we're going to go this way and connect. And then, quick save again, and we'll see what we can do here. We'll try. Moondance Meadow, that's cute. We'll see if we can do this. Fortress, so the forts are going to be harder. They also have a commander. So do you always have to? Oh, here's the infirmary. So our infirmary size is 100, so we can lose basically 100 soldiers in mid-combat, and they will be replenished, but anything above that will be lost permanently. It is possible to have that number increase. It's also possible to heal people during combat once we get clerics. Right now we're at 100 of 100, so we're just gonna burn our scorching rays because I don't want to lose many more people. Alright, so it looks like we did lose some of these guys. That's okay, because we won. Okay, we got another batch of Crusaders. Okay, we took the fort. So let's come back this way. We don't have any more movement for today, but that's okay. And then these guys, I want to come okay. So I'm gonna merge these two. I don't like to have a lot of just random armies running around. I will eventually build a second army, but I don't want to have a bunch right now. We did level up, so we get to pick an ability. I think I want to do Bless. Okay. Switch back to us. So We have a lot of different places we can go. We're doing okay right now. I don't think we need to rest. No, we'll keep going for now. Let's go to this Nightingale Grove. It says, this inconspicuous grove near the border of the Whirlwind is nearly untouched by the foul energies of the abyss. The rare traveler who dares pass through can enjoy the songs of nightingales in the trees, only to remember too late that the last birds fled this region long ago. Even if it's just some resources, we'll see what it is. Since we're back here. Okay. Hello? Oh. Through the mist, you spot the flickering flames of a campfire. 3 figures wrapped in crusader cloaks are huddled next to it, a stout, smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. The crackling campfire is driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth for tired legs. Velm? Noticing you, the halfling's hand jerks towards his weapon, but then he relaxes. Hey, it's the commander herself. Don't just stand there. Have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today. You might as well dry off at least. In an amicable gesture, he passes you a large mug that smells of freshly brewed tea. So, we're gonna try the Knowledge World. We failed. Who are you? Frontline scouting party. Our senior sent us ahead to look for ambushers. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac? Go ahead and help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to share the campfire with the commander. The dusty boots, the patched cloak, the mess kits lying next to the campfire all mark these as seasoned scouts. A broad smile blossoms on Sela's face. I never thought we'd run into such jovial company out here. I don't suppose you guys have anything stronger than tea in your canteens. Catching the halfling's conspiratorial look, she smiles even brighter. Rubbing his hands excitedly, Woljif casts a hopeful look at the mug of tea, then at you. Chief, just so you know, walking away from a campfire where folks give you free food is a sin in the eyes of the gods. We're gonna do a perception. Failed. Looks like these 3 have chosen their campsite wisely. You see no tracks and hear no signs of demons. It's the perfect place to rest and relax. It's all quiet here, alright, as the grave. I don't know why, but I don't like the feel of this place. It makes my scales stand on edge. What are your names? Proudly lifting his chin, which bears a white scar, the halfling says, I'm Sergeant Velm, the leader of the gang of daredevils. You can tell by his appearance that he's a fighter. He sports a nose that's been broken more than once, well-fitted gear, a gusty spark in his eye, all the hallmarks of a feisty, courageous warrior. Dwarf grunts and grins. Why, you would call our heroic squad a gang, Velm? I'm Tran, foot soldier, cook, quartermaster, and mother hen of this lot, and the one who sets up the tent for Asti, given that she doesn't even have a muscle to drive a stake in the ground. With a smirk, she glances at the woman, who immediately turns red in the face. The sweet and terrible young cleric opens her mouth to say something, but shuts immediately and blushes even more. Finally, she mutters sheepishly, I'm Asti, pleased to, at your service, Commander. Aren't you scared? Camped out here in enemy territory? The dwarf gives you a disapproving sidelong glance. You wound me, Commander. I've walked many roads. I know a good spot for camp when I see one. Even if a whole column of cultists marched by, they wouldn't think of checking this place. In the meantime, we would watch quietly and count every last one. Thoroughly embarrassed, Atsi adopts a serious tone and comments in Tran's direction. You and your boasting. Her 2 comrades greet her remark with a burst of laughter. So we can sit by the campfire or get going. We're obviously not going to just kill them outright. I think Fable would sit by them. You bet you're offering. The halfling moves with such deftness that you barely notice the warm mug that appears in your hands. The tea's fragrance is gorgeous. We're in trial or nature. Failed. Oh my god. Everything's against us for this encounter. I can tell the commander knows more about cooking than some. Tran leans over to you and says weightily, It's cat holly. I bought it from a merchant in Absalom. Worth every coin, eh? Druids are not always particularly imaginative when it comes to naming plants. Frog's grass, bear's moss, tiger's sundew. Looks like there's cat's holly as well. So we can take a sip of the enchantingly fragrant tea. You seem suspicious. I'll kill you just in case, or I'm afraid I have no time to spare. I don't know. She's probably fairly trusting, but I do feel like feels like they're probably a little overbearing. She's like, dang, like I don't need tea right now. So she's gonna say, I'm afraid I have no time to spare. You attempt to stand, but your legs give out from exhaustion. Your whole body protests against the mere thought of going anywhere. Come now, Commander. Where's the sense in going ahead of the scouts? What if you walk right into enemy lines? You lose your head for nothing. The army won't last long without you. Get a night's rest with us and set out first thing in the morning. All right. From the very first sip, you feel sweet warmth spread through your body. The drink drives away the chill in your bones. Blessed silence, which every soldier knows to treasure, settles in your mind. Asti stutters as her gaze drifts away. Commander, if you don't mind, I could heal your wounds and maybe cast a fortifying spell? Asti, when speaking with the commander, remember to breathe. You'll choke at this rate. Perception? Finally. Asti, her face, deep red, shoots Train a furious look and flashes him a surprisingly nasty expression. For a moment, her mouth appears as though it's filled with sharp teeth, and her blushing skin no more than a layer of powdered cake over lifeless gray skin underneath. But you blink and the illusion is gone. You said it, Commander. I'd like to see the Joker who put Tran's head, that he could woo the ladies just like that. The fairer sex just love men with a good sense of humor, don't they, Tran? Velm's comment makes Tran blush in turn. I think she's gonna draw her weapons. Smiling brazenly, the halfling licks his lips with a surprisingly long, pustule-covered red tongue. Ha, would you look at that? She didn't buy it. Enough of this masquerade then, everyone. No more games. Oops, I take a little nap. Poisonous bubbles foam in your stomach, and retching painfully you vomit up the vile liquid you've ingested. The figures by the fire ripple and transform. The three gray-haired and dark-skinned elves watch you with mocking sneers. Their twisted, grimacing faces look demonic. From the haze, more previously unseen, shadows materialize. They are all just as loathsome and unsettling. The campfire emits a sickly, sweet, intoxicating smell, and in the kettle you see some slimy mushrooms, swimming in some disgusting, boiling slurry. Who are you? The one who is pretending to be the halfling Velm makes a face, mimicking you in an obnoxious voice. Who are you? We're servants of the Lord Daskari, and you're a pitiful insect that got caught in our web. An elf who is masquerading as the cleric Atsi gives you a lecherous smile, enthusiastically dragging her tongue along the blade of her dagger. Did you like sweet little Asti? Did you want to play with her in your tent? No. You monsters. Sela looks at those who appear to be trusted allies a moment ago with wide disgust. How did I not see you for what you are right from the start? Because you are naive, Sela. I love you so dearly, but like, you are trusting. Dumb paladin. You really think your ability to sense evil can't be fooled? Lady Anamora taught us how that trick a long time ago. So what was the point? Lady Anamora desires your head, and we will gladly deliver it. The elf whose voice as Tran was so convincing lets out a repulsive snicker. You think I'm at your mercy? We'll see who the real prey is. I love it when the prey tries to fight back.
Against our resolve. The Inheritor, guide my blade.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Well, this is inglorious.
Into the fray.
Cover me, all right?
Yes.
You won't survive me.
This is my chance to run.
stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Yes. I need a moment to recover.
Endure this!
A terrible mistake.
The Inheritor, guide my blade! Yes.
Make every strike count.
Into the fray! Whoa! I'm done with you!
Distract them for me. Time to share your treasures.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
No glory without
Launch me to
risk!
the bones today.
Oh my god, that took like 5 tries. Excuse me. Holy shit. I had to reload a bajillion times because I just kept having the worst initiative RNG. And so everyone was going way before me and just sneak attacking me to hell and back. So that was super fun.
Smile.
Holy
the
shit,
world's
let's
not
get some
ending just
channels
yet.
in. We're probably gonna need to go back and rest soon. Well, at least rest. We don't necessarily need to go back. But oh my lord.
Careful now.
That
Might be
was
trapped,
certainly
might be
something. I'm
treasure.
pretty sure I ended up clicking all the same options, like dialogue-wise, when I redid it a bunch.
That's easy.
They were basically just trying to trick us a little. Play a little prank. Murder us. But holy shit, that was tricky for no
Precisely.
reason. Anyways, we can leave. And then I would like to get to that grove that we were trying to get to, and then probably wrap it up. So, Nightingale Grove. Oh, we can enter it. Guess we'll find out. Need to okay, good. It auto-saved. I was like, I need to save. Get your hands off that. It's mine. Yours? Well, watch me. Wait, someone's here. Run. Nobody's running. Draw your weapons and fight, you cowards, or I'll cut you down myself. Hello?
Let's have some fun.
Some marauders? Okay.
You won't survive me.
That was rude.
This
That was rude.
unexpected.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Cover me, all right? Tactical retreat! It's all your fault.
Into the fray!
Cover me. my chance to run.
No glory without risk.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both? It's all your fault.
The inheritor, guide my blade. The light take you.
Out of my sight!
Distract them from me.
That was annoying. But we won. So let's loot all their stuff.
My tail is restless.
We found a note. Your quick save. Did we leave Darren? We didn't accidentally select him. My bad. We're probably gonna need to rest after that, though. I was using his cures like he was made of them. Alright. So, that was that for this little grove. We get the whole map. Oh, there's those people. Or were those just the horses? Those were just the horses, I think. So the people dipped. That's okay. So I think we're gonna call that here. So let's look at the journal. So Cold Waters, we still need to go to Chili Creek, but I think that's a little more north. This is for Dresden. We did the League of the Inspiring Cart, so now we need to talk to Sela when we go back to camp. We need to go to this place with Ulbrig, which is coming up soon. We wiped out a band of cultists. Now we need to find the lost relic of the Crusaders. The Queen Incognita was finished. Oh, we need to talk to Irbeth about her scabbard. Find the note for the storyteller. I think we found it. I think we just have to give it to him. So yeah, I think next time we'll pick up, we'll either go back to camp or we'll just rest here and continue for Ulbrig's story. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.